Hello, my name is Mark Stubbles. My website address is anxietyhypnotherapist.org. Today I'm going to be talking about the mother wound. So in my Facebook group, Inner Child Healing Breaking Free from CPTSD, as you might have seen in previous videos, I ask people to ask me questions, and one of those questions was to talk more about the mother wound. So the term mother wound, it can have a lot of spiritual connotations, it can have a lot of different connotations and meanings, but as children we need what are known as good enough parents. A good enough parent is going to provide the child with unconditional love, unconditional acceptance. They're going to make the child feel safe. The child's going to know that they're going to get their needs met, that they're going to get picked up when they cry, fed when they're hungry, etc. And the most important relationship for any child is going to be the relationship with the mother. The relationship with the mother is going to underpin all future relationships, including the relationship with the self. So if you don't have a good enough mother, and most people don't have good enough mothers because everyone carries trauma to some degree, and what we don't heal, we're either going to repeat or reenact on others. Many people are going to parent the same way they were parented as children. Most people are going to have some kind of mother wound. This wound can start forming even before the child is born. When a child is in the mother's stomach, in utero, they're going to pick up on all the feelings that the mother's feeling. So if the mother's feeling anxious or depressed, baby's going to pick up on that. They're going to become anxious and depressed. After birth, the baby is looking to their parents to help them co-regulate their emotions. You were a we before you became an I. So in that age range, you can't regulate your own emotions. You're looking to your parents to help you co-regulate your emotions. If you ever tried to comfort a baby that's been upset and crying, and that's caused you to feel anxious or angry, you'll notice that adds to the baby's dysregulation. So again, up until around the age of 3, a child is reliant on their parents, particularly their mothering person, to be politically correct, to help them regulate their emotions. This is the importance of having a good enough mother. These are some of the ways that not having a good enough mother can affect you. If a mother has unhealed trauma, as I said, most mothers do, most parents aren't good enough. Most parents are going to parent the way they were parented. If a mother holds negative beliefs about herself, if she has porous boundaries, she's not going to be able to defend her children. If she's learned to be narcissistic as a coping strategy to cope with her own trauma, she's going to be a narcissistic mother. She's going to have toxic shame that she's going to project onto her own children. Children are easy targets for dysfunctional or not good enough parents to project their toxic shame and insecurities onto. She's not going to be able to provide that emotional regulation for the child. She may be emotionally distant from the child and not give the child the emotional connection that they need. So a mother wound is created by a mother who is absent, doesn't make the child feel secure, doesn't provide the child with what they need physically or emotionally. A mother who doesn't make the child feel accepted, doesn't give the child validation. As children, we're looking to our parents to help us validate ourselves. If we're not receiving validation from our parents, or if we're receiving invalidation from our parents, this is going to make us unable to validate ourselves as adults. It may also create a negative inner voice that's going to continue to attack us, put us down, invalidate us the same way as a dysfunctional parent would have. If a mother shames the child out of their emotions, or if she enmeshes the child. Enmeshment is a form of emotional incest. It's when one parent will take a child, usually the opposite sex child, as a kind of surrogate spouse, and they will discuss all of their emotional issues with that child. They'll use that child as an emotional crutch. They'll tell them all the problems they've got in their relationship. This is a very narcissistic thing for a parent to do, as it's putting the parent's needs before the child's needs, and this can cause the child to suffer all kinds of issues in their relationships as they grow up. So if a mother is critical of the child, even just pushing the child to do well at school, this is still not what a good enough parent would do. The child needs to come first, and if a parent is pushing their child to do things that they want the child to do, they're putting their needs before the child's needs. They're not being good enough parents. If the mother uses substances or has her own mental health issues, all of these things are going to create a mother wound. So a mother wound can stop the child from being able to validate themselves, can cause the child to have that negative self-talk, that negative inner voice. It can cause them to develop toxic shame, to feel like there's something wrong with them, like they're constantly feeling uneasy. It can cause them to fear rejection and abandonment. It can cause them to have low self-esteem, poor self-image. The mother wound can cause a child to have an inability to set boundaries, can make them people pleasers, can make them afraid to say no. The mother wound can cause a lack of self-awareness. It can cause a lack of emotional awareness and emotional dysregulation, can shame the child out of their emotions, disconnect them from their emotions. All emotions serve a purpose. No emotion is either good or bad. It just is. We're going to learn to soothe ourselves the same way we're soothed by our parents as children. Usually a child looks to their mother for soothing. So if they are not being soothed by their mother, or if they are being abused by their mother in some way, this is going to cause unhealthy methods of soothing when they become adults, and they may act in through self-harm, emotional eating, eating disorders. A mother wound is going to cause someone to feel like they're unworthy of love.